In this video, we are going to look at general solution. As we all know that we have different kind of equations. We have linear equations, quadratic equation, and simultaneous equations. The way we solve these equations, they are different. Even in this chapter, when we solve trigonometric equations, there are different kind of equations, meaning what there are different ways in which we're gonna try and solve all of them. So before I can talk about anything, I need to lay out my basics. Let's say we have number one, the sine of theta is equals to -1. Let us check our graph. This is our graph, and this is our sine graph. As we can see from the graph that my -1, it is at 270, and it is also at -90. These two values are correct, meaning what, if I come here and substitute -90, I'm gonna get -1. If I come here and if I go there again and substitute 270, I'm still gonna get -1. So the main idea of general solution is that I need to write a statement that's gonna tell me that this is 90, this is 270, all of them, they are going to be correct. My statement need to generalize all the answers that I'm gonna get if here it's -1, meaning what, I need to generalize everything. Sharp. So when I solve this equation, I need to talk about my reference angle. I need my reference angle so that I can generalize all my answers that I'm going to get, all the possible answers that are going to be equals to 1. So I need to find an angle that's gonna generalize everything. So my reference angle needs to be between what? It needs to be between 90. It needs to be between 0 and 90. This is not the first time I'm talking about my 0 and 90. Meaning what? It leads us to a reduction formula or cast diagram. It means that I need to apply those things. Sharp. Let us look for our reference angle. My reference angle is gonna be arc sine of 1, not -1, is equals to, you're gonna see where I'm going to use that negative sign. So from here I'm gonna press what? I'm gonna press shift sign, then I press my 1. I get what? I get 90. Meaning or here my answer is what? Here my answer is 90 degrees. Okay, so this is my reference angle here. So how do I get my answer then? Sharp. From here, I'm gonna ask myself, or this negative sign represent, or in which quadrant is sign negative? As we can see, my sign is negative in the 3rd quadrant and the 4th quadrant. Here is negative sign and here it's negative sign. Meaning what? I have to have this. I have to say 180 minus theta. 180 plus theta. And in this case, my theta is what? My theta is 90 degrees. Plus what? Plus k times 360. Where k is an element of what? Of integers. So here is what? Is 180 plus 90, which is 270 degrees, plus what? Plus k 360. Sharp. I'm still gonna talk about that k. So, or my sign is negative in the 3rd quadrant, and in the 3rd quadrant I have what? In the 3rd quadrant I have 360 minus what? Minus 90 degrees, plus k 360 degrees. So if 360 minus 90 is what? 360 minus 90 is 270 degrees plus k 360. So here I have to say my k is an element of what? Of integers. So let me talk about this k. What this k does, it's simple. It's simple. I have 270. So I want this 90. If I want that 90, I'm gonna say my 270, I'm gonna use this statement. 270 minus plus k, and my k, let's say it's -1. It's -1. Close bracket times 360. And this 360, it is my period. So from here, I'm gonna press my equals, and I get what? I get my -90. Here it's my -90. Sharp. Let's say maybe my k is 0. If my k is 0, I get what? I get 270. So I'm gonna say let's say my k is it is maybe 300. Let me say 20. So I'm gonna say 270 plus open bracket 20 close bracket times 360. I get one. I get 7470. So let me substitute it here. I'm gonna write what? I'm gonna say sine 7470. I get what? I get -1. So this one, it just tell us which quadrant are we using. And this one is what? This one it's my period. So it means what if maybe I have in a case of tan, it's gonna in a case of tan, it means what I'm gonna say is gonna be plus k what? 18. Why 18? 18 is the period. Is the period of the graph. And in my course, I'm gonna use this one since my period is what? My period is 360. Make sure that you comment, you like, and subscribe so that you will get my latest video. My next video, I'm gonna create short videos to try and explain in details or how do we solve this kind of equations, because of you're gonna find them at trig functions or in your trigonometry. Make sure that you subscribe. Thank you.